Hello, vinyl community. This is Randy. Back today with another video. Richard McCook is celebrating 3 years in the VC. So, in order to celebrate his 3 years of making videos, he's having a contest, and so this video is going to be an entry for Richard's contest. I've been making videos for about 3 years myself. So, congratulations, Richard, on reaching that milestone. And for this contest, Richard's over there in Northern Ireland, and he collects a lot of 45s, has an incredible collection of 7-inch singles, with fantastic picture sleeves and everything. Collects a lot of other music too. Big David Bowie fan, T-Rex, ABBA, I think, are some of his favorite bands. So I'll leave a link to his video explaining the contest. So there's 3 prompts. The first one, all these questions are revolving around 3. So the first prompt is to pick 3 artists and show their best and worst albums. The first one I'm going to choose is Yes. Close to the Edge is what I am choosing as their best album. Progressive rock band from, I guess maybe they started in the late 60s, early 70s though. But a few lineup changes. I think this is their most well-known lineup, but this is the one with John Anderson on vocals, Bill Bruford on percussion, Steve Howe guitars, Chris Squire bass, and Rick Wakeman on keyboards. Fantastic album. That's on Atlantic Records. Came with this cool inner sleeve with the words. Their weakest album, for me, well, I haven't heard all their albums. This is the last one that I got. So, but this is definitely the weakest one for me. It has the lyrics on the inside. Tormato is the name of this album. Same lineup on this one, except for the drummer is different. Alan White is the drummer on this record. This is a Friday Music reissue. It's on a custom label. Next I have Traffic. Traffic, one of my favorite bands. My favorite album by them is Low Spark of High Hill Boys. When they're with the expanded lineup here, 6 people in the band at this point. Fantastic album. Low Spark of High Hill Boys is the best song on that one, I think. Just cool. Inner sleeve on Island Records. For me, the weakest Traffic album was When the Eagle Flies. This is the one that's it's almost like a Steve Winwood solo album. Very acoustic oriented, and not a whole lot of input from the other band members. And they actually expanded to 4 people for this one. So Winwood, Capaldi, and Chris Wood were joined by a 4th member who, unfortunately, I didn't write his name down. But anyway, this definitely, to me, that's the weakest of the Traffic albums. Comes with the lyrics on the sleeves. The next prompt for the contest is to show 3 albums you have on CD, but would love to have on vinyl. So the main reason I don't have these on vinyl is because they are prohibitively expensive. So this is Olivia Tremor Control. It's an album that came out in the 90s, I think, and it was released on vinyl when it came out then. But it's very expensive now, and about $59 for the cheapest one on Discogs. I just looked on Discogs to find the prices for these. I would check out eBay. They buy some better ones, but Guns N' Roses, The Spaghetti Incident. This came out in 1993. This is where they're doing covers of songs by other bands. So, really cool album. It's actually my favorite Guns N' Roses album. But and it also came out on vinyl when it was released, but I didn't get it then. And now it is $179 after shipping from Japan. Those are the only ones that I see on Discogs. And the last one I have on CD that I don't have on vinyl but would like to have on vinyl is Electric Ladyland, Jimi Hendrix. I want to have it with this original UK cover with the naked ladies all over the front. And this one is over $100 on Discogs now. So for now I'm going to stick with the CD. And then show 3 artists where a best of is really all you need. Well, this record we're playing is the Hollies' Greatest Hits. This is not one of my choices. because actually I really like the Hollies a lot, and I think you need to have all their albums, but it's a greatest hits album, and for a lot of people it might be enough. Oh, let's see. Oh, I forgot to do the third best and worst. So my favorite, I'm back to the best and worst albums by a band now. So the Byrds, Notorious Byrd Brothers is my favorite. When I ranked their albums, I picked Dr. Byrds and Mr. Hyde as my favorite. So it sort of bounces back and forth between the two. I like this one a lot too. On this album, Gene Clark had left the band by this point, and David Crosby had been asked to leave the band. I think while they were recording this, so he's not actually shown on the cover, but it has some really great songs, David Crosby songs on here. Draft Morning, Tribal Gathering. That's my favorite Byrds album. That's a mono reissue. My least favorite Byrds album is Sweetheart of the Rodeo. This is one where Graham Parsons was a member of the band for a few months, and they went to Nashville and recorded this album, but it's mostly just country music, and they actually re-recorded Graham Parsons' vocals anyway for the most part, so yeah, definitely by a long shot the weakest Byrds album for me. Yeah, so now we're on to 3 artists where greatest hits is really all you need. So I'm a big Mamas and Papas fan, so I have several of their standard albums. If You Can Believe Your Eyes and Ears, the Mamas and the Papas. I also have a mono copy of this that has like the original cover that shows the toilet down on the cover, but that's a reissue. I've shown that one a couple times before, and I've forgotten to mention it's a reissue. It's a very valuable album if you have the original. This is the stereo. This one maybe from the 60s, I'm not sure. Mamas and the Papas, greatest hits though. So California Dreamin', Monday Monday, I Call Your Name. I like all the Mamas and Papas' albums. Mamas and Papas Deliver. Mamas and Papas is the one with the interesting gatefold sleeve. Do various things with it there. And then Cass, John, Michelle, and Denny. I mean, there are good songs on here. Dancing in the Streets is on here. Words of Love. But for the most part, I think most people can get along without that one, unless they're really big Mamas and Papas fans. Farewell to the First Golden Era. This is probably their first greatest hits album. This has Monday Monday and California Dreamin' on it. Dancing in the Streets. But it's not their only greatest hits album, and I usually think of this as my favorite greatest hits, 16 of the greatest hits. Also has California Dreamin', Monday Monday, and there are other hits. Three Dog Night, their best of album, their greatest hits album, called Golden Biscuits. Chock full of great hit songs. One, Easy to Be Hard, Mama Told Me. Eli's Coming, Celebrate, One Man Band, and Out in the Country. I have a couple of their standard albums, and these are probably three of the first albums I ever got when I was a kid, really, and I think it's sort of made me think twice about getting albums, because I got these two, and they were just kind of okay, and I started thinking, well, gosh, maybe greatest hits albums are really the ones I got, but I think maybe this was sort of when I realized, there's sort of like two different types of bands. Three Dog Night was a singles band. They really were not an album-oriented band, and yeah, I think that's sort of my introduction to that concept. That's on Dunhill Records. And then finally, band that I think the greatest hits is all you need is the Turtles. Here's their first album, It Ain't Me, Babe. Sort of the basic raw album. It's a good album, I like it. Here's one of some early material that they recorded, but I think this was not released until just a few years ago. I think they took this out of the vaults and released this. That's on Flow Edco Records. Battle of the Bands. It's a cool album. This is where it's a concept album where they impersonated bands that play different styles of music. So these are all the Turtles dressed, you know, in different ways, and then they're playing. Yeah, the songs are all in different styles on this one. So that's a cool album. That is on White Well Records, and but the one that I really think most people can get along, you know, get by without getting anything else by them is the Turtles' Golden Hits. Some old ones and some new ones. I like that back cover on there too. So those are their two biggest hits, which were She'd Rather Be With Me and Happy Together. I think some of their other hits, though, were You Baby, It Ain't Me Babe, Can I Get to Know You Better? It's a big hit for them. And You Know What I Mean. Fantastic band. I'm a huge Turtles fan. But I do think that most people could probably get by with just their greatest hits. They have another one here. It's called The Turtles, Some Old Ones, and Some Fairly New Ones. So this is another Golden Hits record. But the ones on here aren't their biggest hits. And then there is actually I have another Turtles Greatest Hits album here. This has 20 songs on it. So this is cool. Okay, folks, and this is probably your best bet if you want to learn about the Turtles and have as many songs as possible, and including all the great hits. This is on Telmac Records. So, yeah, so that's it. There's three questions, and the response, all those revolving around three. So congratulations again, Richard, on 3 years in the VC. Been great. Looking forward to many more years of seeing all your great videos. So that's it. Thanks very much for watching.